guys, it's time for the first installment of my cosplay diaries. So in this, we're going to be talking about Ursula from The Little Mermaid, specifically the animated version from Walt Disney. So, to get started, we'll get into how I made it. So I first chose to do her just because she's one of my favorite villains, and a lot of stuff just aligned perfectly in my life to do her, especially do her as my first one. So that's why we have her as the first one. I mean, I love her, she's great, so I'm just excited to do it. So here are my reference images. I always have reference images just so I know what the hell I'm doing, you know? Then the outfit, the swimsuit was from Hot Topic several years ago. And then I cut off the little shell just because my therapist let me borrow her necklace and earrings because she's a big Ursula fan. So I cut off the shell that came with the swimsuit since it wasn't near as nice as the necklace that she had. And then the wig I styled ever so slightly to give it a little bit more of that princess feel that I got off of Amazon. If anyone needs the link, let me know. But otherwise, allegedly the earrings and necklace were from Etsy. I do not know the details on that though, because again, I borrowed them. The makeup, I have a whole portion of next that you can watch. If you need links or information on any of the products, just let me know. And that's that of how I put it all together. Ursula wasn't that much, so that's what you guys get. Hey guys, it's time for me to teach you how I did the makeup portion of Ursula. Obviously there are many ways to do it, and makeup tutorials are kind of a scam because they all have different skin tones, face structures, and all that type of thing. And this is how I did it. By no means a professional. And my mirror's here, camera's here, so I might be looking back and forth. But first, make sure you're wearing something that isn't going to get destroyed if it gets a little bit of body paint. Have your hair pinned back and all that type of thing. And then I use the Paradise Pro paint in purple. It is water activated. Comes off in one shower. It's super easy to apply. For me personally, it doesn't cost me any breaking out or anything like that. So that's nice. So I just go and start covering my face. Doing it in alternating strokes helps give it more of an even base, but treat it like you would foundation. You don't want it super streaky or anything like that, so do what you need to on that front. Probably going to have to do multiple layers. The important thing with that is just making sure that it dries. This is not perfect, but for the sake of just filming this video, it was going to be good enough. Obviously, I did not do my arms and chest like I did in the back, like I did with actually doing the photos and stuff, but that takes a lot of time, a lot of paint, and I don't necessarily need to do it. But I think I'm doing up here in terms of applying the body paint, you would do as well. Now you might need some help once it comes to back and arms, but that's when you recruit someone. But and all contouring and stuff I do obviously would apply too. So collarbones if you want it, a chest if you want it, anything like that. Up to your discretion of how to contour. But now that I have the base sort of done, can continue on. So what I usually do in terms of eyebrows is I don't black them out with glue and stuff like most people. I just staple them on. So if you want those really defined Ursula brows, I'm not your girl with that. But I can get you plain black ones if I can find my palette in a second. So because I obviously don't naturally have black eyebrows, I just go in with a bit of eyeshadow on a thin brush and then go across my whole brow. try keeping it pretty thin for Ursula because hers are pretty thin regardless. Then that's how I do the eyebrows. And so I use the Violet Voss Essentials Pro Series Palette 1 with the shade Black. Okay. Then for eyeshadow, I use the Nomad Cosmetics and Blue Lagoon, and it's a little itty palette, but it has a really gorgeous bright blue color with really great pigment. And then I go along the under eye as well, just because obviously you can't put eye paint in your waterline and this looks bizarre, right? So while she might not have eyeshadow there, we need to for the sake of not looking insane. And obviously if you're wearing something like contacts or anything like that, you would put them on first before doing all of this stuff. But so now that we have the blue on, I go in with a little bit of the black I previously used just to get it a little bit more defined and buffed out a little bit smokier. And then we have a smoky blue eye. Now, you could definitely use eyelashes. I did not personally, but definitely go in with mascara. Okay, those lips are really distracting. Usually I save lips for last, but that's bothering me in the camera. So, oh yeah, and the mascara I use is the Maybelline Great Lash. And then I'm going in with the Milan in Velvet Merlot. And I have the lip on. Now I'm going to take the body paint brush that I was using before, just to outline it a little bit, because as you can see, there's still a little bit of a difference. And I don't want to overline my lips too much, so I want to keep with that shape that Ursula has. Filling in to make it look a little bit more sane, you know? Okay. And now I'm going to do a little bit of eyeliner. She does not have a wing or anything like that, so I just do enough to outline my eyes a bit. I'm using the Maybelline Masterpiece All Day in black. There we go. A little bit of eyeliner, just to look a little bit more sane. And here is where I consider the fun part, and that is contouring in unnatural colors. It is one of my favorite things to do. This you can look so snatched with purely just contouring in your unnatural colors. So I am taking the Violet Voss palette again and mixing that black with this plum berry here. And obviously, you can tell I do not do a great job with body paint because I'm not taking it seriously, but you would put it where you would naturally contour, just a lot more extreme. So I'm taking it on my, I don't know what you call it, under the cheekbone. and then do under your jaw and your nose. Now obviously this currently looks ridiculous, but that's what blending out helps a lot. So I would use a brush that's not your primary, what you call it, a powder brush. Just use it to blend it all out a bit more to look a little bit more sand. Okay, I'm on an extreme, but as you can tell, this is too extreme. And then you can always go in and add more of that body paint as needed to tone it down as well. Like I am going to, because that is a little bit much, But it's really just working on it and trying different things until you get it right for you. You can go, I didn't this time because I didn't go around my face, but I'll also go around your face like that to define it. That's pretty much just anywhere you would naturally put it. And again, if you're doing full body, you can do your cheekbones, anything like that. And last touch, let's take eyeliner again. Now I don't have the reference image in front of me, so I might get this on the wrong side. So you put it here, scroll down a little bit, and then you have a remote. And that's pretty much how I did most of the makeup. Obviously a lot better because I spent like 2.5 hours on it when I did for my photo shoot, but there you go. So now we get into the photo shoot section of this video. So with photo shooting it, I knew I wanted to do it on the beach. So I went where it's a bit more shallow and the water wasn't too bad, and then I just knelt down to where my waist was above the water. So the body paint wouldn't run, but I still know enough to where it looks a little bit mysterious, So I went out during golden hour right before, which was like 5:30. I woke up around, I think like 2:15 exactly. I think that's what the alarm was to do the body paint. And it took me pretty much the entire time of doing the body paint and putting the rest of the outfit on and together to get out at that 5:30. So it was a while. It was a very long process, but I am really happy with the photo shoots. I can't imagine doing anything outside of golden hour just because it looks so pretty. That's the prettiest photo quality you can get, And then we get into editing. Now there wasn't really, I didn't do anything, to be honest. I tried doing a few different ideas I thought would work good, but just nothing looked as nice as the originals, and the more I played around with it, the more I was content with the originals. So that's what I went through. Ursula has gray eyes, so I didn't have to edit my eye color either. So that was editing, and then I don't particularly have too many memories because of this isn't a piece that I wear to cons, just because one is a swimsuit, so I kind of was spying on the fact of below the water you have the human self, and we ignore that, and it just with body paint would be terrible. When I did the photo shoot, there were a lot of people staring. It was pretty early in the morning, so there wasn't too many people out there, and we went to a not very busy part of the beach, but there were still some people staring, and then you just kind of have to be like, I know what I'm doing, okay? Just trust the process. But, yeah, it is what it is. And then there was someone just like running across the beach who didn't notice until they ran past us, and it was like, okay, but yeah, that's all I really got in terms of that. But I'm so happy to have her out, and this being my first piece that I can give to you guys and enjoy. I mean, it's so important for me to be able to post my work, even if it's something like this where I didn't do too much work for it. But having these pictures of my cosplay really mean a lot to me. I have been working towards this moment for like 5 years, and that takes a toll. There's points where you don't think it's ever gonna happen. Even now, I still kind of feel like that just because I only have one piece out, you know, that's not enough. But I am slowly working on getting the shoot ready for my next photo shoot, so hopefully it should be not that long. So until then, bye. See you then.